What's your worst crypto investment ever? I've got a very interesting thread here. I've wanted to cover it here for my friend Mr. Deebsy DeFi, because there are a lot of stories and lollipops lurking within here, friends. You're going to learn about things such as, leverage. Obviously, we've got tails there. Picking up pennies in front of a freight train. Stuff that happens in a bull market, which makes it very hard to fade until the very, very end because the crowd is like so optimistic. What was your worst crypto investment of all time? Let's share in our grief. I'll start. Terra Luna. Friends, there's some stories with Terra Luna. Even my friend at the computer store, even he knows of Terra Luna. People who don't even pay much attention to crypto, not that much, man, they're so scared of it. It's still stuck in their mind. Terra Luna. When a coin literally went to zero and stayed zero because they did infinite minting on that. Something that I can share with you in this chart, friends. Terra Luna, I have a friend here, okay? I don't see him much on telegrams anymore. Mr. Wangy, we got a friend out here, all right? Mr. Wangy Boo. Now, this is important to learn. It's heartbreaking, okay? So, Mr. Wangy Boo, I think he put in 10 grand into 5 or 6 coins back in 2020. All right, 10 grand in 5 or 6 coins. One of them, he bought Luna at the low. Luna did about 800 times return from that bottom. Pretty much 1,000x, almost 1,000x. Okay, so he literally turned, friends, I think from his allocation, he turned his investment, it was worth about $1 million at the top. I don't know what other coins he bought, but Luna, I guess, was the unicorn winner. Now, along the way, I want to share with you something, friends. Do you know China banned Bitcoin here and Luna still went up? Okay, so that makes it tough, friends. In a bull market, everyone's fighting this stuff and they just keep going and going and going. That's when new people are coming in. That's real bull market stuff. Everyone's messing with the horns. There's something interesting that happens on this chart as well. Around here, so around September 2021, you see Luna's about $30, 20 to 30 bucks. There was a gentleman, he's a .eth guy, so he's an Ethereum nerd guy, smart. He made a thread about how Luna was going to collapse. All right, he made it in the second half of 2021. But Luna's price, Terra Luna, was about 25 to 28 bucks. He made that thread, everyone abused him, and he actually described exactly the process. He goes, the USD gets clipped down, they have to mint, these are the transactions that will happen. He did it. It was a very detailed prediction of what would happen. Something gets clipped, it has to go down, they have to mint more tokens. He calculated the supply. The supply increase will then hit it down again, and it would spiral. All right? And many Terra Luna people came out and they said, no, it's ridiculous, you're wrong. You got to understand as well how tough it is, friends. If you make such a call like that, remember, Luna is at 25, then it goes to 30. Then it goes to 35. Then it goes to 45. Then it stops. And you think, okay, now it's over. Nope, 55. 70. 80. Then it goes to $100. And here you are fighting the crap out of it at 25. So what do you think everyone's saying? Cope, you missed it. Until the end, right? This is where GCR made that $10 million bet with Do Kwon, where he said, hey, I'll make a bet that Luna's going to be under $100 in 12 months, So what ends up happening here, friends, it's very interesting. Wangy, remember my friend Wangy, he put some money into Luna and he had $1 million at the top. Now, this is where it breaks my heart because he actually cashed out. He cashed out the $1 million. Unfortunately, what happened though, Luna, friends, you'd been watching it all the way down here. Now, Luna at 100, it went and it dropped down to $70. I know you can't see it much on that chart. What we'll do is I'll have a closer look. I really do have PTSD looking at this chart, man. But here it was, friends. This is everything I was describing for you, okay? So as you can see, Luna comes in. Remember that guy makes that fudding thread here, and it goes up and up and up and up and up, comes back down, up and up and up and up. He cashes out his $1 million, and then what happens is he put it into the farming, the Anchor protocol, which was just the algo stablecoin giving out yield. And then what ends up happening, friends, is because he's seeing Luna at 100, Luna crashed back down to 40 or something. All right? Luna crashed down to 40. So When he saw it down here, this is, man, it breaks my heart. I'm so sorry. I have to share this story because I'm here to serve you. I'm getting PTSD. It really, really hurts me telling the story. But yeah, he had $1 million. He buys it back in. All right. So he buys back in with half. You know. So I guess his thinking at the time was, he goes, well, I'm buying 500 grand worth of Luna. Sold it at 100. I get to buy it back at 40. And he goes, when it probably gets back to like, 75 or 80, I'll sell that half a million. I'll get back 1 million again. And he left the other half in Anchor Protocol. Unfortunately, what happens is Luna does the speed run to zero because to make up the gap of the UST stablecoin, because it's depegged, it's coded so that they can mint more tokens. They make them more supply. They make more supply. They dump it for the bid, and then it spiraled down. So it's an interesting story. So many elements here. So someone who hit a unicorn, it went up. He actually took profit, but he stayed within the ecosystem. It's hurtful, And a lot of people come out and look, man. Whenever this happens, friends, there are people out there. They laugh at others' misfortunes. I mean, I was watching Gainsey doing that all the time. Look what happened to him. People coming out saying, "Oh, you're stupid. You should have read stuff, etc., etc." Dude, it's crypto. Just sit down, dude. Do you understand? There's 58,000 things that can go wrong. Balancer, for example, after 5 years, vetted by everyone in the industry, used on every chain, all this code, triple, quadruple check, 5 times audit, what happens? Boom. Exploited. It's really rough, man. It is. This is just the risks we take. Okay. Here we have Eti. So talking about these biggest losses, Mantra gave the same vibe. So this is, remember friends, Mantra DAO OM. So I got the Mantra DAO, the chart right here, full-on crime chart, friends. Goes up. Here are the market makers. Goes up and then comes down. And look at this, friends. It was $9 and now it's 9 cents. Apparently they're making another token ticker for it as well because I think they want to remove the nightmare of the chart. Oh man, it just breaks my heart. I don't like seeing stuff like this. Like, how do you know, friends? What if that's you one day? What if it's up here because you believe in it? Some people will say, friends, as well. And I get it, man. A lot of people will say, oh, that person's greedy. You should have taken profit. What if your strategy is to hold the whole cycle, man? Yeah. What if it's to hold the whole cycle? What if, see, that's why you can't listen to people, dude. Because Bitcoin ran from 3 grand to 10 grand in 2020. All right. And people were saying, oh, you're greedy, take profit. But what if your strategy is to hold for the whole cycle, man? It went to 60. Right? You're here to play the thesis. It recovered and it showed you it has legs. So logically, you're like, oh, I'm going to keep holding it. Okay, but you do that for this case, you get destroyed. You literally get destroyed, down 99%. And breaks my heart as well because these market makers or whatever, it sat up here for like 2 months and then it went up on a more crime run. The fact that it can just teleport down, yeah, man, there is no 100% right answer, friends, because people will say, oh, take profit along the way. How much profit? Even if you talk to people, a lot of people will say, oh, when you're up 10x, take profit. Yeah, but many coins are not going to go up 10x, dude. What if they're going to go up 30%? Right? The market doesn't owe you or me or anything. What I'm trying to do, friends, is I'm trying to show you that a lot of this is an art. There's some science to it, but a lot of it is art, touchy-feely, in a family-friendly way. We don't have this exact formula. There isn't. We want one, but we don't have one. GG. I still feel physically ill when I hear the words Terra or Luna. The PTSD is real. Me too, me too. Remember, friends, I was telling you about my computer store friend as well. They're just that word about yield. They're so turned off, even after 5 years, man. There are many lessons to learn about that. It's not just about, oh, make sure you check code stuff. Dude, that's not 100% true. There are people who get into accidents every day. Oh, make sure before you drive, you analyze the identification of everybody who's going to be on the road that day. You can't. You have to make assumptions. You have to. That's the game, man. You have to make assumptions. And sometimes they're fatal. Don't let people make you feel guilty for traversing any of this stuff, friends, because there's a lot of randomness and black swans and blowing up stuff. I mean, look what happened to PMI. 36 months down in a row. Right? Where was that in your assumption model? Oh, it's gone bad for 6, 10, and 12 months for 3 cycles in a row. Now we're going to get 36 months down in a row. You have a zero sample size data of that, friends. Worst in 140 years. Where's your sample size for that? Nothing. You just have to believe that one kook who says, oh, you're all going to lose your money and everything's really bad. I'm never leaving my home. Yeah, but they say that about everything. That guy's... Friends, he's like guy number 780 in the Bonnie Blue line. Yeah, you can't trust that guy. He can't even trust himself. You know, every time he talks to her, falls in love with her. He can't tell she's acting. So I hope, baby dolls, from everything you've seen now, I've shown you these lessons, these charts, there's stories here, there's lessons about leverage, trying to diversify, trying to take profit out if you can. But then you got to decide how much is a lot of profit, how much is enough. You know, oh, I'll sell in the 10x. Everyone says that. You never get that, dude. Most people don't ever get the 10x to even take some profit out. Most people, in most cases, you're getting maybe a double. So then you might say, okay, take half out of your... If you invest, take half of your initial out on a 2x. Okay, that could be a fair one as well. Just got to be careful. One day you're going to be on something really low. It's going to go very high. Okay, and, you know, it's like I said, there's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of art to it. There's a lot of touchy-feely art. The metas change. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you're trying to ride with strong hands, you know? I mean, Terra Luna had a lot of strong hands and still look what happened, okay? I'm hoping that we have these traditional signals that come out just like the gold retail lining up stuff happens out here, but we're still not 100% guaranteed of anything. I'm always going to remember that. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.